This is a weekly perception and analysis. So before we start off, we'll need to look at the economic calendar to see the days we are expecting volatility into the market and the days we are not expecting volatility into the market. So before we even start our week, we need to analyze the economic calendar to give us a heads up on what we are going to experience along the week. So to start this analysis, we need to look at our Forex factory to see those days that we are expecting this volatility in the market. So as you can see on Monday, we do not have any news for Monday. Tuesday, we do have USD and GBP news coming into the market. And on Wednesday, we have all through AUD news. So these are red folder news. Bear in mind that they are going to have some volatility coming into the market when they are released. So on Thursday, we have GBP and USD. But the USD, you can see that we have them as tentative, meaning they are going to be delayed or they are going to be cancelled, just like we experienced previous weeks with the non-farm payroll that was never released, and that hindered our participation in the market because I did not trade because I was waiting for NFP to be released so that I would participate in the market, and it was cancelled and shifted to the upper week, which was also not released. So these are the red folder news we have coming into this week. So let's go to TradingView to look at those pairs that we have selected and how we can look to participate in trading them this week. So guys, this is our DXY, and we need to start the analysis from the monthly time frame. So from the monthly time frame, we need to define the dealing range that we currently have, or the order flow leg that we are going to be working with. So if you look closely, you see that we have this swing high and this swing low. So within this price leg, we have these imbalances here, right? And we can see that after price took out this liquidity, price is starting to move up, and where we can see as target is this buy side liquidity, and this imbalance is resting in the midpoint of this price leg somewhere here. So the monthly time frame is very clear and brief. So for us to see more of the analysis, we need to go down to the weekly time frame. But before we do that, I want to simply talk about this indecision that we have here and why this indecision is the catalyst for the up movement that we are going to be experiencing on the dollar. Because after we took out this liquidity here, we can see that the buys started to come in and we are pushing price towards the upside, and the month of September finally ended up being an indecision month, and you can see how the candle closed. So this month of October, we are expecting the price continue to push up towards this high and potentially target these imbalances, but this cannot be accomplished within this month of October. So we need the month of November and December to also continue that movement. So this is the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you can see that we have completed this swing point on the weekly time frame, and we are starting to push to the upside. We have this buy side liquidity, which is our first target on the weekly time frame, where we can see price take out that high and do a minor retracement before continuing to push to the upside. So we can see that we also took out this liquidity on the weekly time frame and created this indecision also. That is where we have the swing point that is moving price to the upside. On the daily time frame, in my previous weekly outlook, I noted this low resistance liquidity run residing above this series of buy-sell liquidities and how price is going to target that. And you can see that we did eventually target these highs and we have closed above them, meaning that all the orders and liquidity residing above these highs have been taken care of, right? And this is what I talked about in my previous episodes of weekly outlook and pair selection, that this is a key level where we are going to see price targets, and we have indeed taken all liquidity above these highs and balance that BPR that I talked about in those previous episodes of weekly outlook. So for this week, for us to continue looking for buying opportunity, we need to define the range on the daily time frame. We have this swing low and this swing high also. So if we are going to continue pushing to the upside, we need price to mitigate some key levels within this price range, and we see that we have imbalances also. This gap, this fair value gap, and this fair value gap. Now the problem is, which of these fair value gap are we going to use if we are going to continue to the upside? The problem is we don't really know the one we are going to use. Price might decide to use any one of these. What we are concerned with is how price treats this fair value gap if it mitigates them. So what we should be looking out for is, if price comes into this fair value gap, how is price treating it? Are we respecting it or are we disrespecting it? So if price comes into this first one and we are respecting this first fair value gap, then we know that price is definitely going to move up from it. So if we disrespect it, then price is targeting the other fair value gap, maybe this one or this one. But we need to look out for how price is going to treat all of this fair value gap to know if we are going to continue higher immediately or price is going to retrace a little bit deeper into this range. So to recap, this is the range we'll be working with this week, right? This is an ugly drawing, please do. It's very ugly. So this is the range we are looking at. So let's see how price is going to treat this first fair value gap when we drop into it. Probably on Monday, price might decide to mitigate this fair value gap, and from there we'll see how price is going to treat it. So we know that on DXY, we are still expecting the bullishness to continue, right? We're expecting higher prices to continue in DXY and other dollar assets like the USD CAD, USD JPY, and USD CHF. They are expected to continue running higher, just like the DXY. But for EURUSD, GBPUSD, and NZD-USD, we are expecting the opposite, which is if dollar is moving higher, we expect them to move lower, right? So let us look at USD CAD. In USD CAD, we can see that we have this imbalance here. Price has actually tapped into it, but I will expect a more deeper push into this fair value gap, because this is a very strong fair value gap on the monthly time frame. And considering the fact that DXY has not reached the draw on liquidity, we'll expect price to continue pushing to the upside. On the weekly time frame here, we'll still have this fair value gap here, but we don't know if price is going to draw into it immediately or we are going to continue. But for me, I will expect continuation, because if price is bullish, the only certainty is that price will continue to be bullish. Retracement is not necessary when price is bullish, because bullish price action means that there is strength in the market. So retracement is not necessary in a bullish state when price is very strong and is moving higher, unless we are expecting reversal. So for me, I will expect price to continue pushing higher on USD CAD on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we can see this Thursday price action, very strong and bullish, pushing up. This Friday is just the cap of the week, and we expect this kind of price action where Friday retraces back into the weekly range. So on Monday, we should be expecting continuation of that bullishness since the overall price action is bullish and strong. So for USD card, we should expect bullishness just as the DXY. So in order not to waste time, since we are expecting the same direction on USD JPY and USD CHF, we'll just do the analysis on the daily time frame. So what we'll be expecting is, since we have series of imbalances within this price range, we expect mitigation of any of them, then price to continue pushing higher. I'm sorry for the mess I make with this drawing. So we need that retracement, then a push higher. Why you expect retracement on the daily time frame is because the daily time frame is not as strong as the weekly and the monthly. So for the weekly, we do not necessarily need that retracement. We just have that retracement occur on the lower time frame, like the daily and the 4-hour, into some kind of key level, a POI, a fair value gap, another block for us to continue pushing higher. So that's why I said on the weekly time frame, the retracement is very unlikely since the price is strong and bullish. So for USD JPY, we should expect bullishness to continue coming in this week. So USD CHF, we are already in this fair value gap, and we'll have some other blocks here too. So we should expect price to continue pushing higher. So for USD CHF, we will expect price action to continue bullish coming in this week. Then GBPUSD, we are already moving lower. So the expectation is for us to continue pushing down. NZD-USD, this one is also very weak, so we should expect continuation to the downside. EURUSD, the same thing. We should expect continuation to the upside. The exceptions comes to gold. Gold does not respect what the dollar does. To some extent, to a larger extent, it does not. So what we expect on gold is very bullish and is trading at the all-time high above these highs here. This is the all-time high for gold. We expect continuation of this movement. Gold is bullish, so we should expect gold to continue pushing higher. Look at the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame. There is no stepping down. Price is just running higher. So on the daily, we have already mitigated this fair value gap here. This fair value gap. Continuation is what I'm expecting on gold. Continuation on gold. Silver, the same thing. Continuation to the upside on silver. Then BTC. BTC is kind of ranging right now. I know that this displacement to the downside is somehow convincing, but you can see that we are stuck within this kind of this range, right? We did not close below here. Had even we close below this low, then we know that price is likely to continue pushing to the outside, to the downside on BTC. Let's look at the monthly. can see the monthly is reversing after we took out liquidity above this swing high, and we are reversing to the downside towards this imbalance. The weekly also, you can see we tried pushing up, but that failed, and you see that we have closed below this bullish weekly candle. That signifies that the tendency of price continuing bearish is high, because we have closed below this and we have taken this swing low also, unless price is going to use this swing low as liquidity to continue higher. But you can see that the retracement on this weekly candle is not strong. You can see that the bears are maintaining their ground. So on the daily time frame, since we are expecting the continuation of bearishness, we need to see the completion of this imbalance or fair value gap here, where we can use as mitigation to continue bearish. So for me, BTC, I will be looking at price to continue bearish, but I'm not going to engage until I see the fair value gap created. And when price gets into it, I'm going to monitor how we trade the fair value gap, if we are going to respect it or we are going to disrespect it. If we are respecting it, then I know that I should be looking to take a bearish setup. But if we are going to disrespect the fair value gap, then I'm going to be at the sideline looking at what price is going to do next. So guys, this is all I have for you on this episode of weekly pair selection and analysis. You have seen the pairs that we are working on. They are all USD related pairs, because I see that USD is, for this month, USD has been doing very, very well. So I think it's an opportunity for us to participate on this USD bullishness and make some money. Guys, I wish you the best of week. I wish you good luck, and you pass your account and make money. See you next week, and happy trading.